Hey, everybody, and welcome to Palace Chat. I am your host, Gina Parker. I'm here with my co host, Ashley Jones,
Hiya.
and another co host, Heidi Tabbing.
Hi.
Heidi, what are you into this week?
Well, I watched some Oscar nominated stuff and I'm going to watch some more tomorrow. So, last Tuesday, I watched the Oscar nominated animated shorts. They were fun. I can see why they were nominated. I think what I like best is the Iranian animation. I need to look up the name. I think it was like The Shadow of the Cypress. In the Shadow of the Cypress. Yes, which is about, like, I guess, a small family, and they live in the middle of the desert, which is like right next to the sea. And I think it doesn't have any dialogue. It's all just like done in like grunts and gasps and that kind of thing. But on her dad has PTSD, and he's kind of violent toward her. So the next morning she's about to leave, but she comes upon a beached whale. So they spend the rest of the movie trying, or the short film, animated film, trying to save the whale. And yeah, I really liked it. It was kind of heavy compared to the other ones. The first one was like Magic Candies, I think. And the next one was called Yuck. It was a French film. And then at the end, for the last two, there was a disclaimer that came up. It was like, the following films contain nudity and may not be suitable for those under the age of 14. I was like, okay. They were done by the two of them were done by the same studio. They were stop motion animated, and both of them just wanted to throw in some hairy dicks in there. They were just like little hairy dicks. They're just had nothing to do with the thing. They're just like, let's put hairy dicks on like little animated stop motion animated figures, and will be Oscar nominated, and so they were.
Interesting way to get nominated.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and then yesterday I watched Nickel Boys. I wouldn't say it was enjoyable, but I'm glad I watched it. Um,
Tell me what it's about, because I've been watching Oscar movies too, and that's one of the only ones I haven't gotten to yet.
okay, so it's filmed through first person perspective, which is interesting, and it's also based on a book, which I'm guessing, I haven't read. I'm guessing it's also written in first person POV. So it follows like this like brilliant young man in the Jim Crow South, and he is about to embark on he's like starting he's like really smart, but he's on his way to this college. He's walking there. And due to unfortunate circumstances, he is accused of stealing a car because a car rolls up to him and offers him a ride to the college. Turns out that car was stolen. He was just, getting a ride, but he was also convicted of being part of the theft.
Hmm.
So then he's sent to a reform school that is segregated, and he becomes friends with one of the boys there, and they kind of experience some of the dark things that are going on at the school. Like, well, they abuse the black boys, and then they would claim that one of the boys would run away, but actually they just did away with him and put them in unmarked graves on the property. So yeah, one thing that because I was listening to some other reviewers the other day talk about it. Like, it is careful not to turn into torture porn. Like at one point when the main guy, his name is Elwood, he and like some other boys are being whipped, um, disciplined, and like you know what's going on because you can hear the strikes and stuff, but like when it actually happens to Elwood through his first person perspective, it shows like photographed faces of the boys, because in the present he's looking up like stuff about the school, and they're like starting to dig up bodies that were found on the property. And there's also like photographs of like the boys who had attended the school that are in like black and white. So it was an interesting way to like show so we can hear what was going on, but we didn't actually see it. And because it was filmed in first person perspective, the shaky cam did make me feel motion sick about halfway through the movie. So I don't know if you're susceptible to getting motion sickness from watching shaky cam. There's a warning for you. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna watch Amelia Perez. I'm not really sure what it's about. We'll see. Surprise.
I've seen that one. It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Which I currently do not have.
it's a musical about a drug dealer who gets gender reassignment surgery.
Oh, I didn't know it was a musical. How exciting.
And another movie that's up for Best Picture is something all three of us have seen, which is Wicked.
Oh yeah.
So good. Actually, my husband brought the Blu-ray home for me,
Oh
so
nice.
we watched it with our son, the sing-along version, of course,
Oh, how
because
Mhm.
fun. Does
I
it
couldn't
have
stop myself.
like behind the scenes stuff? I like watching that stuff.
I haven't even, we've just watched the main movie. I haven't gotten into all the extras, but there's a
Ooh,
ton of extras.
cool.
But yeah.
And for people who aren't familiar with Wicked, it's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. Well, part one of a prequel. Should we see part two together, Heidi?
Yeah, let's do it. I was kind of for anybody who's just listening, I guess. I was hesitant about watching the first part to begin with because they did split it in two parts, and I'm like, man, that's just like a cash grab. I don't really like that. I don't really want to support that.
Yeah, I'm not a
But I
fan
ended
of
up
it
watching it
either.
on like the $6 Tuesday or whatever, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I watched it. Plus, I got it discounted, so like, how much money are they going to get from it? Like $6.
I watched The Substance, which was a body horror type of movie that's up for Best Picture that I talked about with Sadie Teal in another episode. It's about a woman who has the opportunity to become younger in a way that doesn't go as planned.
Interesting. I saw the name, but I haven't seen it myself, so I was like, I don't know what that is.
I just like to warn people it's like extreme body horror. The people I know who don't do gory stuff, I'm like, just skip it. It's good, but skip it. Dune Part 2 is up for Best Picture.
I
That's
thought it was so boring. I couldn't finish it.
well, it's about, like I think Lady and I talked about one time, colonization and figures, Christ-like figures. Honora is a drama movie that is up for an Oscar that I watched. It's about a sex worker who marries a like oligarch's son, and again, things don't go as planned. A Complete Unknown. It's just a snippet from the life of Bob Dylan, essentially, of how he started to become the Bob Dylan. Conclave is about the election of a new priest. It's also a drama movie. Some Catholics I know didn't like it because they found it offensive. I've been talking a lot. Ashley, did you have anything else you wanted to share? A song, a video game, a book?
Well, a show I actually picked up recently, I took a long break from, was Shrinking on Apple
Mm.
TV.
Oh yeah, I watched that one.
I like got off of it for a while. I don't know. I kind of ebb and flow off of shows, but I absolutely love the main character. He plays a therapist. Um
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel plays a therapist whose wife died in a drunk driver accident. He has a teenage daughter and a whole host of people around him, including other therapists, one played by Harrison Ford. And it's really funny. It's very dry, witty humor, but it's also kind of smart and like makes you cry too. So like it's kind of all over the place. I'm really enjoying it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from Bill Lawrence, who also did Scrubs, which is similar in that tone of like very funny, but also there's some emotion and
hmm
that fun stuff. All right. So let's get into these All My Children episodes. We are talking about All My Children the week of May 20 to 24th, 1985. And let's get into it. So we have Nina, who's kind of mentally decompensating, and Brooks worried about her. And Nina's like, oh no, I'm just acting irrationally because of the because of my diabetes, like my blood sugar's just getting too low. And it's like, okay, we'll see, girl. Okay. Then we have Dottie, Tad's poor ex-wife Dottie. Erica has hired Dottie to work with her at Tempo, which is nice of her. Erica's redoing the whole magazine in her own image.
Of course she is.
Then we have Cynthia, whose friend June is like, hey, I also had a history with Zach Grayson, who was murdered. I used to hire him as a sex worker to be with me. So she is another possible suspect in this murder plot. So Erica was married to Mike, who died. Before Mike died, he spent years working in Tibet on a book, and
Hmm.
he saved the life of a monk named Jeremy.
Ah, okay.
Jeremy has come to town to protect Erica, but he doesn't want to say, I'm a monk sent here through duty to protect you. So he comes to give her a painting he did of her for Mike, and Erica decides to hire him on at Tempo to work. So she thinks he's just some
Mm.
artist guy. She doesn't know he's a monk sent to town to protect her.
From
Um,
whom?
from anyone.
Oh, anyone. Just like generally, my wife invites
Yeah.
trouble.
It's just like a life debt. He was never able to repay Mike before he died, and so
Mm.
to repay him saving his life, he wants to save Erica's life.
Mm. So he's Chewbacca.
Mhm. Yeah. And I love that reference. And then we have Cliff is still trying to figure out who killed Zach Grayson, who is the con artist faith healer guy. He was looking into Cynthia because she left before she said she left. So she doesn't have the
Mm.
alibi she said she does. So he's interrogating people. He's a doctor, but he's interrogating people because he wants to clear his mother-in-law, Daisy, of the murder. Adam meets Jeremy. They don't like each other immediately because Adam is Adam, fake kidnapper guy, and Jeremy's
Hmm.
like a monk. uh,
Right.
so Adam gets this idea and he hires Tad, and he doesn't tell Tad what he's hiring him for, but says, Tad, I'm giving you a job here in New York to work at Tempo. And so Tad's like, oh, great. I'm working at a salon right now. So this is great. I'd love a job in New York. What Tad doesn't know is that Adam is hiring him to spy on Erica because he wants her back.
Mm. And she is newly widowed.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to follow.
Yeah. So he's like, my obstacle is gone. So now
Hmm.
I'm gonna shoot my shot, spy on her, make sure this monk isn't trying to get with her. He doesn't know he's a monk. Palmer visits Daisy in jail.
Daisy Cortland, I sentence you to a term in the state penitentiary for not less than 25 years to life.
And so then, since Cliff proved that Cynthia wasn't where she says she was, she admits she did lie about her alibi because she went for a drive and didn't think that would be a good alibi for the time of the murder. And so Cliff's interrogating her about it, and she takes Cliff out to a gas station because she's like, I paid with my credit card, so it'll prove I wasn't near Zach at the time of his murder. I was on a drive, I ran out of gas. I like paid with my credit card to pump gas here. The gas station guys don't remember her and they lost her receipt, but Cynthia's out of trouble for right now.
Mm.
Erica goes to visit her mom at work, and Tad's mom comes in and he's like, oh, hey, thanks for giving Tad a job. And she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't hire Tad. And so that causes some problems going forward because she doesn't know he was hired to spy on her. And to
Mm.
be fair, neither does he. So that's it for this week.
Wow. That was a lot.
Hmm.
Hmm. Winners and losers?
Winners and losers.
I'm gonna say winner is Jeremy for trying to protect Erica, even though, she's not always the most innocent of the bunch. And loser, I'm gonna say Daisy, because she, either got the death penalty or life in prison. We're not sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm gonna say winner is Cynthia for clearing herself of the murder so far by being like, it's on my credit card. I was nowhere near the thing. And loser, I mean, Daisy is the loser, but
Poor Daisy.
for another loser, I'll say Erica because everyone's scheming against her right now.
Aw,
For
poor thing.
kind of no reason.
For once, it's for no reason.
I know. That's
It's usually very many reasons.
Mhm. All right. I think that's it for this week. Subscribe, like, comment, buy our merch. Next week is our anniversary special. It's gonna be great. I know because we already recorded it.
It's amazing.
And well,
Bye.
Bye.
thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.
When I start tonight.